Happy Monday to you as well. Hello, 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 everyone. How's everybody this Monday? Happy Monday. Hey, how you doing? Y'all all right? I know, right? I never go live. And then I knew I was going to go live today, and I kept thinking, trying to figure out what app I was going to go live on. And for the longest, I was telling myself this morning I was going to go live on TikTok. And then I said, you know what? Let me go show my YouTube family some love. Not that I'm doing nothing special. I do apologize for that. But I am just baking chocolate chip cookies. It is my son's birthday is tomorrow. He don't want a cake. He just want cookies. So I'm gonna bake them. And it is an opportunity for me to answer any questions that y'all might have though. My brown sugar done got hard in this container. I'm so surprised. Ooh, that's a mess. Get this on out of here. Dump it right in here. Y'all excuse me while I make this mess. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to make it. I'm going to clean it up. Just some chocolate chip cookies. Yep. Chocolate chip cookies is my boys' favorite, especially my two oldest sons. That they will take that over anything, any day. It's the thing that I've been making, I guess, the longest for them. Even before I started making cakes, I was making this. And it is their absolute favorite. I wonder if a spatula would help. This brown sugar done got hard at the bottom of this container. I want to get it out of here before I put my new brown sugar in here. Which I'm surprised somebody must have opened this and didn't close it properly. Because this container normally always keep my brown sugar nice and soft. So I'm surprised that it's even hard like this. Like almost got to chisel it out. But I wanted to make it with citrus. Yeah, you can make a cream cheese pound cake with citrus. Yeah, you can do that. You're gonna add it in with your flour, you know, alternate it with your flour anyway. You can do that. I would suggest though, your pound cake pan, I would suggest that you grease and flour that and don't use the baking spray for that. That's just my suggestion. You don't have to do what I say. There we go. I mean, I'm really having to chisel this out of here. I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna get it. I'm so surprised. I know that you can like add a slice of bread in that and soften it back up, but I ain't got time to fool with that. I don't have time. Yeah, I know it's all kind of tricks to it. Normally this container though keeps it fresh. I don't care how long it's been in here. So my guess is somebody opened this container and did not seal it back correctly, you know. I'm not gonna say no names as to who it could have been, but that's what happened. I know it. Wrote that down. Okay. What sugar do I prefer? You talking about white sugar or brown sugar? Miss Smith, white sugar or brown sugar? I tell you what kind of sugar I prefer is if we're talking about white sugar, or brown sugar, either one, because brown sugar is made with white sugar and molasses. So any kind of sugar. Hold on. I prefer sugar that's made with sugar cane and not sugar beets. That's what it is. So some white sugar is made from sugar beets and some is made from sugar cane. That's what I prefer, the cane sugar. Anything that's cane sugar. Do you have a cake plate to cover? I don't have one. I haven't even looked for one though, to be honest with you. I probably need to find one. But I haven't even looked for one. She said, do I have a cake plate to cover, to about the square baking pan from Old Country Kitchenware? I don't have one, but I've never looked for one either, because most of the time when I make those cakes, I'm giving them away. So it just go in a cake box. So, but it wouldn't hurt for me to have one. I need to find one. I honestly had not ever looked for one, because I'm always giving cakes away. It's rare that one is actually sitting here. And it definitely ain't one that big, because it's not enough people in my house to eat one that big. So if I make one of those, that's definitely going somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely not enough people in my house to even eat a cake that big. Those would be some big cakes. Get some of those brown discs that you can put in brown sugar. Like I said, this container is airtight. This normally works just fine. I've used it for a while now. I know somebody opened that and didn't close it back right. I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It will be okay. Anywho, let me grab a mixer. No, not in the normal one. It won't. The dimensions of it will keep it from. I tried it. It won't fit in the normal one unless you got a really large one like this. Like I got a really large one like this. It'll fit in here. The only problem with this is the bottom is big, but it kind of tapers at the top, so I'm still not sure. But like I said, I never make them for my home. Anytime I make them, it is getting up out of here, because it's just not enough people in my house to eat a cake that big. Not even around the holiday time. Anytime I've made it, it's going somewhere else. All right. What am I looking for? You'll have to slice and wrap it and give it away. And that's what I've sliced them and put them in the freezer until I found somebody to give it away to. That is what I have truly done. I got 3 sticks of butter here. Salted butter is what I'm using. As usual. Per usual. Per usual. Making chocolate chip cookies. Because I don't know how to store the rest of the cake. I got you. Yeah, you can always freeze it. Always freeze it. You can slice it in half and just freeze half of it without cutting it into individual slices. I've done that. So if y'all only gonna eat half the cake, just slice it in half. Put the other half in the freezer. Save it for Easter. It's an idea. Hello, Sacramento. My name is, in case y'all don't know, my name is Mama Safana. I'm known as Mama Safana on every platform except for YouTube. YouTube, we're the chef and the baker. RVA. RVA stands for Richmond, Virginia, if you don't know. I am a baker. My husband is actually the chef. I'm not a chef, but he is. That's what he does for a living. He is a chef by trade. And that's where the name came from for this channel. Not because I think I'm a chef, because I'm not. But I am a baker. So I hope that clears that up. And I'm putting my 3 sticks or 1.5 cups of salted butter in my mixer. And to this, I'm going to add 2 cups of my brown sugar. And I'm using light brown sugar. But you can use whatever combination of sugar you want. Can I just say I love your honesty about these people comments? Thank you. Thank you. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people hate the fact that I speak my mind. They just want, there's a lot of people just want me just to shut up and bake. They don't want me to say nothing. A lot. All right. And I'm going to firmly pack my brown sugar in the cup. Make sure it's enough. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people though, you will be surprised. I blocked a lady just today. Not on YouTube, but on another platform. And that was her response. Oh, I guess this is what your content gonna be about now, and blah 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 blah. Baby, if you don't want to be here, you don't gotta be here. Just keep scrolling. But in her case, I just helped her out, since she obviously was displeased with me. She'll be all right. How do I let them, get them to spread a little? They are delicious. I would add, so when I don't want these to spread, I normally add about 3 tablespoons of milk. Normally if I add about 4 tablespoons of milk, they will spread more for me. We banish them, right? No, you can't please everybody. And that is what people don't understand is I know that I cannot please everybody. But if I am going to have a channel, and if I am going to have a platform, then it is important that I be authentically me. And if me being authentically me gets on your nerves, respectfully, you don't have to be here. That's all it is. That's a great question. How long do I cream the butter and sugar? So I can't tell you a time because it really just depends on how soft your butter is. But I will say I thoroughly cream it until it's well combined like I would be doing for a cake. So it's going to go a few minutes. It is going to go a few minutes because this is still a little cold. Because we got our air on in this house, so my butter is not gonna be as soft as it normally would be, no matter how long I let it sit out, because the air conditioner is on right now. So it's gonna get thoroughly combined, and that is the secret to having soft and chewy cookies, is you don't want to skip this process. So yeah, it's gonna go, and then in the meantime, let me get my dry ingredients together. I still gotta get wet ingredients together, so I'm gonna grab that while this is going. So move this out the way. Move that out the way. I got 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. I'm gonna add my milk to my eggs, and for this I'm going to use. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and use the 4 tablespoons instead of the 3 that I normally do. We'll go ahead and do 4 tablespoons of milk. All right. Whisk this up. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract to this. I'll whisk that up. To add in a separate bowl 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Got some salt. Let me check on this. Yeah, see, I do take the time to thoroughly cream my butter and sugar as if I was making a pound cake, because I have found out that is the secret to keeping a cookie soft and chewy. It's one of the secrets. It really does help on how well these ingredients are combined, especially this butter and sugar. So And I'm going to bake these cookies right away. Normally, I like to let my cookie dough sit for a couple of hours or overnight. But I was supposed to make this cookie dough yesterday. And if you see my previous video, yesterday I was in the bed all day. I wasn't feeling well. So I didn't get nothing done. So I'm going to bake them today and it'll be okay. Salt. I'm using, when I use table salt for this, I do 2 teaspoons, okay? But because I'm using, and this says sea salt, but actually that's not what's in here. What's in here is the diamond crystal kosher salt. That's what's in here. And I just filled up the container. That salt, I got to use a little bit less of. I've learned the hard way. So I'm going to use, instead of 2 teaspoons, I'm going to add just a teaspoon and a half. Instead of the 2 that I normally would use, because that's a different kind of salt. I'm in California, the USA. Good to see you. Love California. I love visiting California. All right, so we got 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. We have 1.5 teaspoons of salt right here. I'm gonna set that to the side. We're gonna get ready to add our liquid into our butter and sugar. One thing about homemade chocolate chip cookies is it don't take no time to make them. I don't understand why people get so intimidated by cookies. This is quick. This is about the quickest thing from scratch that you can make. Thank you so much. Yes, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Sharon. I know, I'm so excited too. All right, I'm going to scrape this down. And I am gradually adding this in. Notice that I pulled everything straight from the refrigerator, which is not what you want to do when you're making a cake. My butter was a little softened, but the eggs, the milk, you see I pulled that straight out of the refrigerator. With cookies, you can get away with that. You can get away with it with cookies. Do not try that with a cake. Those batters are more temperamental than a cookie dough. But for this, I do this all the time. I literally do this all the time. But I still want to gradually add it. I don't want to dump it all in right away. Larita from Germany, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining me, I'm Mama Safana, and this is the Chef and the Baker, RVA. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this in there so we can keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to move this to the side for just a moment and grab my flour. I'm low on flour. I didn't know I was that low on flour, y'all. That's okay. I'm using part bread flour for this anyway, so I think I had just enough to come out. I honestly think I'd be forgetting how much I bake. It's time to stock up on some flour. Obviously. So, Fana, get your life together, girl. Get your life together. I need 4 cups of flour in total. Normally what I do is and that's another thing too. Bread flour will hinder your cookies from spreading as well. So if you want them to spread flatter, Don't use the bread flour. Use all of 4 cups of all-purpose flour. So today, I'm going to try to use 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of bread flour, but we gonna see. I don't know. I may get only 2 out of this. We gonna see. We may be conducting an experiment, an unintentional experiment today. So while this is mixing, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle in my baking soda and my salt. Go ahead and get that in. And gradually add that. This is 1 cup. We'll see where that gets us. And 2 cups. Get my 3 cups out of here. Three cups. All right now. All right. Looks like I will not have to use any bread flour. Four cups. We made it, y'all. To give ourselves a hand. We made it. We made it, y'all. 4 cups in. All right, and I'm gonna give this a good scrape. So normally I would add like 1 cup of bread flour to this, but because somebody on here asked me about cookies that'll spread better, I said let me go ahead and try show that if you use 4 cups of the all-purpose flour and 4 tablespoons of the milk, it should. If you're looking for a thinner cookie, that's what that'll get you. So we'll show that today. Since you asked, I will oblige. Since you asked at the right time. Go ahead and get us a mix. All right. Put that away. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Y'all, don't mind me. I had to clean up. I had to clean up while I go. Don't pay me no mind. All right. That is our cookie dough. And believe that is it. That is all that it is to it. I just need to scrape down here at the bottom. Every time I do this, somebody will tell me, it's so funny how hard-headed I am. Somebody will tell me, so well, you know, Mama Stefana, they have a beater. They have a paddle attachment that has the scraper blade on it. You really should try to get one of those. And I really do have one of those. I really do. And I have never, ever used it. I don't know why. it never occurs to me to actually use it. I'm so used to doing it this way that it has never occurred to me. One day I'm gonna use it. One day I'm gonna use it. And one day they're gonna be so proud of me that I finally used it. Because it never ever occurs to me to actually use it, although it came with the mixer. Alright, so I'm gonna get ready to add my chocolate chips in. Let's mix that up a little bit. And I just have one bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. $12-ounce bag. I am going to add a half a bag. This is also a 12-ounce bag of dark chocolate chips. Just a half a bag. But I'm going to use this whole bag, but just not in the dough. All right, there we go. And that's it. That's our cookie dough. And we just need to scoop it up. That's all. We just need to scoop it up. Clean as you go, yep. I don't have the scraper, but I need one. Mine's actually came from New York. What state do you live in? Richmond, Virginia. I am in Richmond, Virginia. That is what the RVA stands for in my name. The Chef and the Baker RVA. It stands for Richmond, Virginia. That is where I live. But that is not where I'm originally from. I'm not originally from Richmond. But I've been here a long time. All right. Get this all nice and scraped. Then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go over here and preheat this oven, and we're gonna scoop these up. We're gonna do all this and get this out the way today. No waiting, no fuss, none. So move this on over here. I need to grab some cookie sheets. Now when I go get my cookie sheets, don't y'all talk about my cookie sheets. I know they old. I'm doing well, Vanjie. How you doing? My cookie sheets, they old. So don't talk about them. They still work. That's the point. So this recipe generally always makes 3 dozen cookies. When I use my 2-ounce cookie scoop, I always get about 3 dozen, maybe 3 dozen and some change, depending on how heavy-handed I am with the scoop. So I'll get 3 sheets because I normally can put a dozen on a tray. There we go. You okay with the season 1? Thank you, because I am too. But some people think because you own social media, you're supposed to have everything bright and shiny and brand new, like I just started baking today. No, I've been baking. And these are the same cookie sheets that I was using when I was actually selling cookies. So they still work. They work pretty good. They don't burn the bottom of my cookies. I love them. So I am going to garnish the tops of my cookies with the rest of my chocolate chips, because that makes them pretty. Y'all still with me? All right. So this is what I mean by my 2-ounce cookie scoop. I love these with the trigger handle. They have them other ones. Them don't never last. They break. Get you a restaurant quality 2-ounce cookie scoop. If you go on Amazon or anywhere, I have a link here too. Get a restaurant quality one that'll last you. Because when you're doing stuff like thick cookie doughs, them other kind, them little cute ones, no, they don't last. You'll be frustrated. So I'm just going to pop it out. And then I'm just going to dip it in there like that. Set it on the tray. Oh, did I turn my oven on? Hold on. Almost forgot to preheat the oven, y'all. Remember, we want to bake these right away. All right. So the experiment we started doing, because whoever that was that asked, I forgot your name. She wanted a cookie that spread a little bit more, because my recipe that is posted, they don't spread a lot. They are designed to stay thick and chewy. But she wants a cookie that spreads a little bit more. So what did we do? We changed the recipe up. We added an extra tablespoon of milk. And we went with all-purpose flour instead of a combination of bread flour and all-purpose flour. We also did all brown sugar instead of the combination of white brown sugar and brown sugar. So those were the changes that I made with y'all live to get the results that was requested. Because I know my son ain't gonna care either way. He just want the cookies. Any questions? And I will be putting these in the oven so everybody get to see the result live in real time. And I want to thank y'all for joining me today. I need to do this more often. I need to come visit YouTube more often. I think I will be more intentional about going live. We put salt in. How much salt? So you can do 2 teaspoons of salt. That's my regular recipe. I got the Diamond Crystal kosher salt. So for that, I only use, if you're using that or if you're using sea salt, you want to decrease the amount, and which I did to 1.5 teaspoons, or you could do 1.25 teaspoons. Depends on your taste. I did use salted butter, but I'm not afraid of salt. Reason being is because I actually realized that salt will help keep stuff from being too sweet, you know? So I like to utilize it in that manner. And for that reason. All right. Everybody still with me? So as you can see, I am putting, with the 2-ounce scoop, I am putting a dozen on this tray. What size are the trays? That is a good question. I had them so long, I believe they may be 11 by 15 or 15 by 11. I don't know. I need to figure that out. Now, you see I'm taking the time to garnish each and every cookie. That's not something that you have to do. Most people don't. It's just one of those things that we used to do in the bakery. As you have a cookie that just pop out and it just look like it's just bursting with chocolate. A lot of times it's because they took the time, just one little extra step to garnish it with extra chips on top. You don't have to. It's gonna be good either way. All right, tray number 2. Hello, good afternoon. I ain't got my glasses on, so y'all see me looking crazy. Yeah, good looking cookies. I have not, let me just say something. I have not got into, and I may, but as of right now, I have not got into the trend of using the ring molds to make the big cookies. I haven't got into that yet, but I've been watching it. I may want to do that one day. I may invest in some ring molds and do those. They are cool looking. I think I never got into it because I think that's great if you're selling cookies individually. I had always sold them about a dozen, so that wasn't practical to do them that big. But I like the look of it. I want to try that one day. I think I will try that one day. I like the look of it. I don't know how my family would feel about it because I don't think they really like really big cookies, but thank you so much. So I generally will bake these. I preheated my oven to 375 degrees. And I generally will bake these for like 12 minutes. And I will put 2 trays in at a time. And I set my timer for 6 minutes. And when the 6 minutes is up, then I rotate the trays, to a different shelf on the rack. And then do the other 6 minutes. Of course, you can adjust the time according to your oven. I have an electric oven. I had a gas oven for many years. And when I did have a gas oven, I think I was baking the cookies for like maybe 10 to 11 minutes. It just depends. Your sweet potato pound cake is always a hit when I make it. It's so good. Thank you, Sharon, for telling me that. It's funny you said that because me and my youngest daughter was just having a conversation about that cake. And I was telling her how by the time I had released that recipe, and I released that recipe and it went viral in 2024, right? But I actually had made the cake. The video that went viral, that video was made in 2023. That's when I actually made the cake. Because in 2023, I was still actually selling cakes at that time. And that was one of my top sellers during the fall, in the holiday season. But I had made it so much. I'll never forget, I had made it so much. It was so popular. And I had made it so much. I remember even announcing on Facebook that y'all can say goodbye to this cake. I'm not making this cake no more. There is a video of her sweet potato cake I never heard. I just subscribed. Yes, it is a couple of it's a sweet potato pecan pound cake, and there's a few different videos on my channel. All you have to do is type it in. But when I came out with it, it was all kinds of copycats that came out after it, which is fine. That's no big deal. People got excited about sweet potato pecan pound cake, but it was just crazy how that footage went viral. But it was old. It was old footage from when I was actually selling cakes, and I refused to even make it anymore because had made it so much. Like I was over it. I was over it. I made it so much. I literally was over it. Y'all, I don't think I'm gonna be getting 3 dozen. Not this time. I will not be getting 3 dozen this time. Which is fine. Which is fine. No harm, no foul. But we're going to get ready to put these in the oven as is. All right. Yeah, definitely won't be getting 3 dozen. I'm going to get a few more out of this and that'll be it. We're making chocolate chip cookies. I like homemade pudding. That cookie was so good. I wanted to try her recipe. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't miss it. Oh, I never thought I would like banana pudding, but I bought one and it was like homemade pudding. You said you don't like banana pudding? Yeah, I probably get maybe 6 more cookies out of this. No, 6 is even pushing it. 6 is even pushing it. I'm going to give my oven like a few more minutes to preheat though. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed somebody comment. Just joining. I make it all the time and it's your pastor's favorite. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, so that was the conversation I was having with my daughter. So I was telling her how it's so crazy that video went viral in 2024. And right now, I could post a picture of that cake or I could post a video again and it will go viral again. Like it's just that popular. It looks so good, but it's funny because I will never make that cake again. And so when the one celebrity that I baked for, when he reached out to me and asked me if I would make him that cake, I got the Instagram messages. I can show you. I even told him, I don't make this cake no more. I was over it. But he had kept mentioning my name on his podcast. So I went on ahead and made it for him with a little different spin on it. And I just used the cognac that he sells to make the cake. I soaked it in that like a rum cake, but with sweet potato pound cake. And then so I didn't mind doing that because at least that was a little bit different. It was Shannon Sharp. Yeah, Ladybug. Yeah, y'all remember? Some of y'all remember when it was Shannon Sharp that had reached out to me. He has a podcast, not the Club Shay Shay podcast, but he has another one that's about football and sports and stuff called Nightcap. And on that podcast, he mentioned my name twice because he had just been scrolling on Instagram and just seen it. And he, like I said, this was 2024. He reached out to me and asked me about the cake, would I make him that cake? And I shipped him that cake, and then he did a review on it. He actually even showed the cake on his podcast, which was such a blessing. That was so nice of him to do. He did not have to do all that, but he did. But it was just funny because just show you how God worked. The cake was from the video that he saw. The cake itself I hadn't made in over a year. Just to show you how God will work out on your behalf when you're not even paying attention. God will be working stuff out on your behalf. Welcome, John Baldwin from Bryson City, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here with me. We're going to go ahead and get these pans of cookie in the oven, and we're going to scoop out our last pan here. Let me go ahead and put these in the oven, so y'all excuse me 1 second. Okay, so I did put my 2 trays of cookies, so that's 2 dozen that's in the oven. I set my timer for 6 minutes. When the 6 minutes is up, I'll go back to the oven. I will rotate the trays, you know, switch the racks, and then another 6 minutes, okay? I told my church about this channel. They said it was great. Oh, thank you. How bless your heart. Thank you, that you told your church about my channel. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate, me and my husband both appreciate the love and the support that we get. So let's see how many more I'm going to get out of this, what's left. Let's see what we're going to get. I said that at the beginning, I said I normally get about 3 dozen out of this, but I don't think I'm going to get 3 dozen, but we're going to see how many we're going to get. We gonna see. So 3, 6. We got 1.5 dozen so far. I think I may get 1 more out of here. We got 1/2 dozen on the tray right now. So it looks like we got, instead of 3 dozen, we got 2.5 dozen and some change. And some change. And some change, y'all. Now, if you want to be even more accurate with this, if you are selling cookies, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use a kitchen scale for this. And when I sold cookies, I did use a kitchen scale for this. I didn't just use my scoop. I would scoop it up and then I would weigh them on my kitchen scale to make sure that they were all exactly 2 ounces or 4 ounces or whatever I was doing at the time. And kitchen scales are really cheap. Don't cost a lot at all. You can get a small one like this for like $8 or $9. Like, they're not really that expensive. And so I'm not, if you notice, I'm not garnishing these because I don't want to open up another bag of chocolate chips. Just for a few, they'll be all right. All right. So I would imagine that you all want to at least see the cookies when they come out the oven. If y'all willing to hang out, you can at least see the final results. I'm sorry. Oh, I want to read your comment, but I missed it. Let me see. Can I go back to it? I missed it. I'm sorry. Yes, you want to see it? All right, lovely. We're going to stick around while we're waiting on the cookies. Does anybody have any questions while we are waiting? This will be a perfect time that I can answer any questions that you may have. Don't have to be about this recipe. It could be for baking in general. Get this. I'm gonna get this in some hot water. Y'all, hold the line. Hold on. Let me get some dishwashing liquid. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are just joining me, the name of this YouTube channel is The Chef and the Baker RVA. I am known as Mama Safana. My favorite thing to bake, got probably this right here, cookies. Probably cookies. I don't know. It's a cross between, actually, no, let me take that back. Probably my favorite thing to bake of all time is I love doing layer cakes. I love doing layer cakes. Although I'm known for pound cakes. That's what most people know me for. Came across me, you probably first came across me because of a pound cake. But my favorite thing to actually make and bake is layer cakes. Y'all know pound cakes can be tricky, but because I actually like to decorate cakes, that's what it is. Because I actually like to decorate cakes, you can do so much more with the layer cake. Y'all hold on. That's our timer. Let me go get that. Okay, and I hope that whoever it was, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but when we first started this live, somebody on here was asking me about how to make my cookie recipe spread a little bit more and not be so thick. And we have accomplished that mission. I got 6 more minutes on these cookies. But they are spreading nicely. And so these will not be a thick cookie. I hope you still here because you asked for it. Yes, the layer cake. Do you have a banana pudding cookie recipe? No, I don't. I've never made a banana pudding cookie. I made plenty of banana puddings, but not a banana pudding cookie. I would have to figure out. See, for me, I would have to figure out how to do it from scratch because all of the banana pudding cookie recipes that I've seen start with a cake mix. I don't make the cake mix cookies because I don't like the cake mix cookies. I don't like them. They taste too sweet to me. I don't care for them. I know they look good. By the time the people put all the different stuff on top of them and drizzle all the stuff on it. But for me, it got to taste good. It's got to taste good for me to make it and for me to promote it. So I have not made one of those yet because I would have to figure out how to make that from scratch and not from a box. Not from a cake mix and not from the banana pudding box because I don't like the taste of that either. But that's just my personal taste. Everybody's different. Not that I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Everybody got a different taste. Where did you get the mat for your KitchenAid stand? I need 2. Amazon. You said you do big cookies and they like them. I bet they do. But I'm concerned I'm undercharging. I charge 30 for a dozen. Oh, honey, yes. I don't know how big they are, but I would definitely say you undercharge it. If they like a 4-ounce cookie or larger, I see people charging, between $4 and $6 for one. So you do the math. I'm out of the arena because I haven't sold no cookies since 2023. So I know prices have changed, you know, and I may be out of the loop. Yeah, you can find these on Amazon. Bamboo sliding mats is what you want to look for. They are a lifesaver when it comes to these big old heavy kitchen aids. Yeah, especially because when y'all making them big cookies, it ain't even just the ingredients for the cookies, because y'all got all these toppings on top of the cookie as well. You have to account for that. Then you have to account for your packaging. That needs to be in the cost of it. And you know, that's real easy to do, because if you get packaging from Amazon will tell you right there on the website how much this packaging costs per unit. So if you know, spending $20 for your packaging, it'll tell you how much it is, $1.68 or whatever it is per unit, and you could just add that into the price of your total cookie. I would. You in it to make money, not lose money. You know what I'm saying? And you will become real frustrated if you losing more money than you making. It won't be fun to you no more. Believe me, I know. I suggest you do 6 big cookies for $20 with the cost of everything. That sounds reasonable. Because I am new to this. Yeah. Well, and when you're new to it, though, sometimes you just got to be willing to do your research. You know what I'm saying? You got to look around. You got to see what bakeries in your area, what are they charging? What are other bakers charging? Do your research. Figure it out. You know, besides calculating your own personal costs, look around and see what everybody else is charging. Like, you can't be, I wouldn't guess. When it comes to spending your own money, you got to do more than just guess. You know? If you're going to go in business for yourself, you got to be willing to do the research as well. I bake and I like homemade things. That's why I asked. The box ones, I tasted like that. I was surprised. I'm a homemade girly too. I don't like box banana pudding. I'm glad you mentioned in a video previously that the cream cheese elixir, because of the cottage laws. Yeah, you got to be careful with them cottage laws, especially if you're going to be one that want to start going and selling at farmers markets and, you know, things of that nature. They going to come around, and you got to have everything listed on your label, ingredient wise. I need to try to tweak me a homemade banana pudding. Yeah, I would have to figure out, and I just haven't taken the time. I'm pretty sure I could figure it out if I just took the time to do it. I just haven't taken the time to, because there's so many people out there doing a banana pudding. I didn't think y'all needed me. You know, y'all don't need me for that. So many other people doing it, but all the ones that I seen just didn't suit me. Hang on, y'all. That's our cookies. Hold on. Oh yeah, these spread a lot. These spread a lot, y'all. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Okay. So that is better. I'm gonna need another pan though. Hold on. Y'all have to forgive me because I know I'm not selling these cookies and they just going to my son, but I still like for them to look a certain way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna set that right here. Take my cup. That's better. All right. Hold on, hold on. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I still want them to look nice, you know? Because these spread a lot, but they still look delicious. I like that. We gonna shape them how we want them to shape anyhow. Right? I like that. All right. Because some of these are shaped every which kind of way. But we gonna fix that. That's better. That's better. Still need it to look a certain way. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with the homemade look, but I can do better. I know that I can do better, so why not do better? Let's do that. All right. me move this. I got another tray. Let me move this out the way. Now these been cooling while I was working on the other ones. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shake these. It might be too late. We're gonna see. Let's see if it's too late to shake these. The pan's still hot, so maybe not. Let's see. Doing a little something. Nah, these are probably cool too long. Yeah. These ones ain't gonna happen. These ones ain't gonna happen. But they taste good. Nice and soft. Nice and soft, just like I like it. Any more questions y'all have for me? Is it anything better than a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie? I think not. These are delicious. And to answer the person who wanted a cookie that wasn't as thick, I think mission accomplished. We did just that. All right. Well, I guess y'all don't have no questions for me. Thank y'all for joining me. I do not need this cookie, but it is so good. It's just a classic chocolate chip cookie. It don't get no better than this. Yes, honey. Y'all go bake some cookies. Go bake some cookies, I'm telling you. It's good to just have these in the freezer. Right? I might make me a cup of tea. Be honest with you, lovely. Make me a cup of little tea right here and go sit down. It's good. That hit the spot. I'm going to let these cool down and get them packaged up for my son to come pick them up for his birthday. You said you're about to put a chocolate pound cake together. That sounds good too. All right, well, y'all have a nice afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. Listen, if you have any other questions, please go ahead and put them in the comments below.